Welcome to Chase to Health. In today's video, I'm going to share a few tips to pick out the best pineapple at the store. So a lot of complaints I get when I'm sharing on social media about how great pineapple is and how much I love it is people say, oh, every time I get it, it hurts my mouth and it's never ripe enough. So I thought it'd be good. I could really help people by just sharing what I've learned for me. What I've got here are a couple pineapples I picked out at the store that I know are going to be good for me. A lot of people, they'll say, you know, you can pick off the middle here. And obviously if you can do that, that means it's been sitting long enough so it's softened up. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's good. You can try that. That's gonna mean it's soft enough to eat, but that's not really, I don't really do that anymore. I did that at first, but that didn't really give me good results. So the first thing that I'm looking for, right? Because oftentimes I get to a point now where I'm shopping at the grocery store and I can almost tell by the way they look. And it's a weird thing. It's almost like a sixth sense at this point. My body's like, nope, that doesn't look good. So the first thing I look for is color, okay? So you wanna make sure a large part of the pineapple is got this kind of orange, yellowish color to it. If it's all green all around it, I've never had a pineapple like that was good, ever. Personally, I never buy a pineapple unless it's got this color to it. You can see that color there. Okay, so that's the first thing. So if I'm not seeing this color, I'm not even gonna walk over to the pineapples. I'm just gonna keep moving like, dang, better luck next time. The next thing that's important for me, now this might not be as important if you buy it straight from a farm, but I like it to have a little give. It should have a little give to it. I don't know if you can see that. Just a little give, it shouldn't be mushy, okay? Because then it's probably starting to ferment. I have eaten pineapple that's like part of it, you can see it's like not good, but the other half is good, it's happened. But ideally you want it to just be a little give. And that's what's worked for me, okay? If I eat one that doesn't have a little give, then that's when I might get the burning in my mouth. There's a bromelain enzyme in it that will break down over time. That's what burns your mouth. So I remember when I first started eating a ton of pineapple, my mouth would get raw. But now the way that I follow this kind of 3-step process here, it doesn't happen ever. I can eat 2 pineapples in a day. I don't think I've ever eaten 3, but yeah. One of the things that I love about pineapple is that you can eat it so quick, and I'll show you that at the end here. But okay, so color. Does it have a little bit of give to it? At least a little bit of give. It shouldn't be completely hard, okay? And then finally, does it smell good, right? Now, if it doesn't smell good, you can still eat it if those other 2 things are good. If it's got a good color and it's soft, those are the most important 2 things. And then if sometimes there's a bunch of good pineapples that meet those standards, then at that point, pick the ones that if you wanna just get 1 or 2 or 3, or I usually buy like 8 if they're there. Pick the one that smells good. So it should have a good smell to it. And you'll notice if it starts sitting too long, it'll start to smell kind of fermented. And at that point, you can still eat it. It's just gonna not taste as good. It should smell good. It should have an orange kind of color to it a little bit. And then it should be a little soft, okay? One of the things I think that really helps me, a tip that I think I heard from Chris Kendall, the Raw Advantage, raw vegan guy, is I store it upside down, okay? So at this point, when I buy pineapples, I never eat it right away. I usually wait at least a couple of days if it's sitting upside down. So I think that's part of why I'm getting good pineapple. The reason why you want to do that is because the pineapple is sweeter at the bottom, okay? And there's more moisture at the bottom. So doing this, there's 2 reasons to do it. It disperses the flavor throughout the pineapple, so you have more good pineapple. And then it stops the bottom from molding, okay? So that's been really working for me. I always do that. As soon as I get it home from the store, I put it upside down. You can lean it up against the wall or in between 2 containers or something into my dishes. You know, I might do something like this. Or something like that. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna eat it here and let's see how well I did. Okay. Now, you're gonna notice too when you eat it that the top, if you cut off the tops here, let's start with that. Okay. Now, if you look here, I'm not sure if you can see this, so you should be able to see that this has a little bit of a deeper color than this. This has less of the flavor in it. This was the top, right? So that's why you're putting this upside down, so this flavor is gonna go down. So, you know, you can eat it like this. This is actually pretty good. Oh man. So a lot of times this is like not very good on the top, but this one is actually really good. But you compare that to the bottom, and there's just so much more flavor on the bottom. So I love pineapple because it It's a juicy fruit, very high water content. It makes me feel really good. And it's like the perfect amount of food for my stomach. So I eat one of these, I can eat it really quick before I'm leaving for work or something, and it digests really well. So I can fill up completely full, digest really quickly, and just feel like money. I chop it into 4s. Usually just do 1/2 first. Chop this off, chop that off, chop this in half. There's potentially, when you're getting conventional pineapple, there could be some nasty pesticides and stuff on the outside. You could wash off your pineapple if you want. I know John Kohler from OK Raw just cuts off more of the flesh. But let's just say you weren't afraid of that. You can kind of eat this. It's never very good towards there. So if you cut that off, don't feel bad. Don't feel like you're wasting it, especially because of the pesticides and stuff. So and then this part, you don't want to eat this because this has tons of the bromelain in it. It's hard, but you can kind of corn on the cob style. This tastes pretty good. Towards the center. All right, cut that off. I'm not gonna gnaw on these because this is a conventional pineapple. Well, unless I cut bad. Good. Yeah, I probably should be clearing this cutting board if I wanted to be proper here. Guys, it's hard for me not to do this even if I know there's pesticides on it because it tastes so good. And if, let's say you knew this was organic, what you can do is you could just do this and squeeze this. But this would probably be not a good idea with the pesticides. Could we just stop using those pesticides already? Jeez Louise, huh? Throw this away. And then you can just eat it like this. Oh my God. And I think part of the reason why it doesn't eat my mouth is because I do let it sit for a couple days, upside down. But again, like, this isn't the best pineapple in the world, you know? If you lived by a pineapple farm, that's gonna be the best. I kind of settle for, is it edible? Does it taste good? And is it not burning my mouth? If it's those 3 things, then I'm really happy about it. Like I said, color, feel, and smell. And if those 3 things work, I promise you that pineapple is gonna be good. Yeah, it might not be the best, but you're gonna enjoy it. Yeah, I used to, when I would eat pineapple, I'd be like super afraid. It's still probably a good idea, wash off your lips and wash off your mouth because you never really know how bad it is until after you eat like 1 or 2 pineapples. But I'm not as afraid anymore, really, because it just doesn't happen much. It's so good. It's so sweet, it's so juicy. The texture just like, it's so enjoyable. It's like the perfect food. I don't think I couldn't do this diet if I couldn't have pineapple. Like, it's really integral to my diet. So let me know in comments if any of these tips have worked for you, if you got some other tips. This is what's worked for me. Color, it's a little soft, doesn't have a good smell, and store it upside down. It's so good. Don't look at me. Yeah, so I did a really good job. The pineapple was money. It didn't eat my mouth. It tastes great. And it's like the perfect amount of food in my stomach. Like, I'm full. I don't want to eat anymore. Fills my stomach up. So yeah, I would recommend incorporate some pineapple in your diet. I've never done this, but I've heard if you just cut it up and put it in the fridge, that'll help break down the bromelain too. Like, do it overnight in the fridge. I've never done that. I just like to eat it. And if you follow these tips, I don't think you're gonna have to do that. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for future videos. All right, see you next time.